Bryant Family Medicine All Sports Media presents Around the Mound Baseball and Softball Show. I'm Mark Greger alongside Larry Spitzer. Tell us how's it going, Larry?
Man, it's going pretty good, Mark. Glad to be here again tonight for another week, man. Had a real good time last week with you guys, and excited to see what we got going on. I know we got an exciting guest we get to talk to this evening, so we're excited about that and looking for a big week this week.
Yeah, and I've got some kind of I don't know what it is. It's one of them times where you're just tired of going to the doctor because it's just one of them just things that won't go get cut loose. Let's just say that, but
Yes,
you'll probably hear me cutting out about half a dozen times tonight, Larry. So hopefully you could hold the fort down.
I'll do my best, buddy. But yeah, looking for a big week this week, guys, and should be an exciting week. I know tomorrow night there's a particular game that I'm interested in. Down here in Corbin between Lynn Camp and Corbin. Softball should be an exciting matchup, big rivalry game. Excited to see what happens there.
Well, that's a early hack segment, but I feel that that's going to happen. That's going to probably happen to me all night long. It just be my luck, but
It's that time of year, man.
yeah, I'm doing the best I can with it. I'm taking these. I'm taking antibiotics. I'm doing about a little bit of everything. Just cannot kick
Yeah.
this stuff. But just tell us a little bit about the week and just some baseball, softball. Was you able to get out and cover some stuff?
Well, this past week ended up being a slow week. I went out and covered Knox Central and Harlan on Monday, which was a good game. Down there at Knox Central, first time I'd actually been to that field, actually. So had a fun time there. Good game. It kind of up and down, back and forth. Looked like it got pretty competitive there in the later innings, but Harlan ended up pulling it out. It was a big win for them. After that, got rain. So then that was the only game I got to cover this week due to the weather and everything. But like I was saying, but now tomorrow there's some stuff going on at Knox Central. I'm kind of waiting to hear about, but that that aside, if things don't work out there, then I may be going down to check out Corbin and Lynn Camp tomorrow night, which should be a really good one that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, going into the season, Larry, I'm sure you agree with me. w- we thought, Lincoln Camp was going to be good. Jackson,
Mm-hmm.
of course, Pineville. A lot of the all A schools, we really felt good about. Of course, you was going to
Mm-hmm.
have Corbin and North Laurel. You was going to have the big teams in there for sure. South Laurel,
Right.
um, but you know, like Lynn Camp, we know how good they are. And they've lost a couple now, and
Mm-hmm.
Pineville lost a heartbreaker the other night. And but now when I look at them three teams, excuse me, but when I look at them three teams, Pineville, Lynn Camp, and I'll let you talk there for a little bit.
Oh, and Corbin. Yeah, I mean, you got three really tough teams right here in this area. That's playing really good right now. There's been a few losses here and there. I know Lynn Camp suffered a couple losses down at the Cal Ripken experience, and lost a tough one there at North Laurel. But I still believe in that team. I still think they're a team that can make some noise and can definitely. I still consider as favorites to win district. But now you got Pineville too. That's another team with really good athletes that's looking to make noise in that district as well. And Corbin is Corbin. they they're
Yeah.
always they're always successful in whatever they do.
Uh, Probably the worst hacking spell I've taken here all day. Of course, as soon as the show starts, I don't know what's going
Live,
on with me right now. That's just my luck.
yeah.
I'm gonna probably doing this half the show. You're gonna be ready to kill me like right now. I'm fixing cough again.
No,
Could
you're
you
fine,
tell us
man.
a
I've
little
been
bit
there.
about Kentucky?
About Kentucky, Well, I got to watch the press conference. I got to watch the last half of the press conference. Got to catch most of Mark Pope and everything he had to say. I'll tell you this: I'm very excited about the element that he's bringing to Kentucky this year and going forward. Love that he's a guy that's been part of the program, knows the state, knows what basketball means to the state, and I think that's a key fixture going into this era of Kentucky basketball. I think that Mark Pope is going to do a great job. To be honest with you, I think he's a little unproven. I understand everything with not winning any tournament games up to this point, but he's never had the resources, never had the things that he's going to have to work with at UK. And like I said, he understands what banners mean and the importance of that and what winning means to this state. And I think he's the perfect fit, to be honest with you. I think he runs an exciting offense. I think his defense can be chaotic at times, and I mean that in a good way, causing turnovers, things like that. And it's kind of like going back to the '90s again, really. And I'm definitely getting '90s vibes, which is good for me because that's the era that kind of started out for me following Kentucky, and it's exciting. I think it's an exciting time to be a UK fan. But yeah, I think I'm excited to see what he's going to do recruiting wise. Looks like Travis Perry's sticking around. That's going to be a good thing. Interested to see, of course, what Reed's going to do. Hopefully, he decides to come back for another year at UK. But now if he goes to the draft, I completely understand. If you're got a shot to be a top 5 pick, it's hard to pass that up. But if he decides to come back, that's going to be huge for the Wildcats. And I think that there's exciting things as far as like what he could or Pope could bring from BYU with him. What's his name? Dalen Hill. I'm not sure which one it is, so excuse me for that. And then you have the Jackson kid, possibly the big center, excellent passer. That offense really feeds through him, and I think he would be a big key component if we could somehow manage to get him too. But Kentucky's got a bright future ahead of it. I think I look at it like this. You go and you're traveling back in time to take a step forward. But I think in this situation, I think this could be a good thing for what Kentucky's got going forward. Coach Cal did some good things for a lot of his tenure at Kentucky. Got a little stale, I believe, in the end. But it's okay. He's on to Arkansas now, and I wish him the best of luck as long as he ain't playing us and as long as they ain't affecting us. I do say yes because I'm a Kentucky fan. Grew up a Kentucky fan. But Pope's here now, and he's our guy. So we're moving forward. We're not looking back at the last 4 or 5 years. We're moving forward, and the potential of what we can do in the future. I think it's going to be big. I think maybe not automatic, although you in the transfer portal era, you can't necessarily say that. You can turn things around really quickly. But I think even if Kentucky's not, competing at a Final Four this upcoming season, I think it's viable to say that that's a very real possibility in the near future in the coming seasons. But I think he's going to have the resources. It looks like the boosters are behind him, which is huge. And I think it's going to be big for the program. And there's a lot to look forward to as a Wildcat fan. And it feels like Kentucky as a program matters again. And I don't mean this as a slight towards former players over the last few seasons, because I appreciate what they did while they was on campus. But I feel like we're at a time now to where we're getting back to the name on the front of the jersey, as Mitch Barnhart said, and not so much the names on the back of the jersey. But if you're playing for the name on the front of the jersey, then the success will come for the names on the back of the jersey. And I think that Pope is going to bring in players that's going to buy into that philosophy, and you're going to see Kentucky basketball in its purest form coming up. And looks like I see Ryan there. How you doing, Ryan?
I'm gonna step in for Mark. He called me there and said that he can't quit the coughing, so it's gonna be me and you tonight.
Okay, sounds good.
We're trying to get our guest to set my friend request so I can send her a invite.
No problem. No problem.
But
Have you had a good week, sir?
Besides all of the rain outside, besides that,
Yes.
doing pretty good.
Yes. And I've gave everybody a very long basketball spiel on our baseball show, but it was a big day. It's a big day in the state of Kentucky today.
Yeah, I mean, I watched it coming back from out of town, and I listened to it through my car speaker, and everything like that. I liked everything he said. I mean, and I said exactly what you're saying because I listened to it while I was trying to set invites and everything like that. I liked what he said about giving him time, and I even said it on my show the other night. I said, give Mark Pope some time, and he will give him time to show what he can do. Don't just jump to conclusions that look at what he's not did and everything like that.
Right. Exactly. Look what he's capable of doing. Just because he hasn't done it yet doesn't mean that he's not capable of doing. And I think with everything that he's going to have to work with there at UK, I think he's going to be able to accomplish a lot of things. And I think you will see banners again risen in Rupp.
Yeah, I mean you look at when he said it as we're trying to waste some time here. What he said about raising banners and talked about the all 8 national championship teams. What he did for them. That's what the UK fan base wants. They want banners hung up, and he brought up, and I like what he brought up. He brought up the SEC championships, raising banners for it too. I think that's big.
That matters. Yes, that matters. I mean, absolutely, it does.
And he talked about the fan bases traveling to Nashville, that they always pack out Bridgestone Arena and everything.
Yes,
and that's what Kentucky's meant. That's what the legacy is made for, was SEC championships and national championships.
Yes, and absolutely. 100% agree.
That's what needs to get back to.
Absolutely. And like you said, even if it doesn't happen in year one, but I think that's okay. And I think that's going to be okay with most of the fan base. I think there's an understanding there that, this, although you never know what can happen with the transfer portal in this NIL era, but still, if we're not in a Final Four season 1, I think it's going to be okay. I still believe we're going to have a competitive team this upcoming season. Look forward to see what that roster is going to look like, what the staff's going to look like. But there's still. I just think in the long term, in the long term future of the program, I think there's just a lot to be excited about.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm gonna go back to this. I'm gonna hopefully you can get some of the ones that did transfer from this year's team. Maybe they can come back and have that year already with the team players that he may be bringing in from BYU.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
Having that, I mean, then you got and I like one of the questions that the reporters, and I don't remember who said it or when, about recruiting in-state players.
Yes.
And he brought up Tyler Perry, and I'm sure everybody's hinting about the other player that played against Tyler Perry there in the state title in Trent Nolan. I mean, I'm sure they don't try to get a hold of him, but I don't know.
I think
that's a big if there.
That's a bit. There's a lot of tape you had to run through there, because I know he's done sign an NOI with South Carolina, and I don't know how much communication they can have with him. However, with the coaching change, I know he has to be paying attention, or I would assume, let's just say that he's probably paying attention. And although it's obviously no lock, I do think there is at least a possibility to do. And I would love to see Trent Noah in blue and white.
I mean, and I'm sure the fan base around the mountains here would love to have 2 13th-region players on the University of Kentucky's team with Nolan and Shepard. I mean, could you imagine?
Yes. Oh man,
you would bring
it'd be something else.
live in the mountains here in the 13th region would be lifted up very much like it was you've never seen for Kentucky basketball here in the mountains.
Absolutely. I mean, and us as guys that are here down here in the 13th region and follow the 13th region and stuff like that, we understand and we know the kind of talent that is down here. So if you had a possibility of seeing the last two cornerstones of 13th region basketball, men's basketball, on the same team at the same time, that would be amazing, and that really would. I mean, you talk about rallying the troops down here in the mountains, it would be crazy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're still trying. Mark is still trying to get hold of our guest here to try to tell her to send my friend request and everything like that. But
no problem.
We'll go ahead and we'll try to skip around a little bit tonight. I've got Mark's script here in front of me, so we'll try to follow it the best we can. We'll go ahead
Absolutely.
and we'll go ahead and do our top 10 for our baseball. We won't do softball until we can get a hold of our softball player here.
Gotcha.
And I'm gonna try to scroll it down here if I can get my computer to cooperate today. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. Well, I'm trying to find it, everybody.
No problem. No problem.
The
magic of going live.
Yeah, absolutely. I do see the softball one that he has posted. I don't see the baseball one.
Okay.
But
don't see the baseball one.
But yeah, but I've got the rankings here in front of me. I mean, we can talk about it and everything like that without having the picture.
Sure.
But and number one, I'm just gonna go down through the list, everybody. Corbin is at 1, South Florida is at 2, Clay County is at 3, Whitley is at 4, Holland Independent, is at 5, Knox is at 6, Holland County is at 7, Barberville is at 8, Bell County is at 9, and North Law is at 10. Looking at this, or me reading them off to you instead of looking at them, what's the one thing that maybe catches your eye, Dale, on the rankings?
Well, I'll tell you this. Now, as here in Knox County and following Knox County, so I can tell you one team I can definitely speak on is the Panthers. Knox Central has they got a really good team, man. They've had a really good season so far. Definitely earned their spot. A team I can see that can continue to rise through the rankings. I like what they've done. They had a real good showing down in South Carolina at the Cal Ripken experience, and did really well against a lot of teams from other areas besides our own. And I think they're a team for me as someone that covers sports down here in Knox County that to definitely keep an eye on as we move on in towards the season.
Yeah, I mean, I think one is very, very, very obvious. Corbin, it's under respect so far.
Yes.
The way they've played, I mean, they used to look. I mean, they beat Clay County there and everything. So I mean,
big win for them.
At it, I mean, and plus it was in that how about I said all A that 2A championship game and everything like that, and then turn around and Clay beats Whitley. So I think that shows you how much good Corbin is to beat a very good Clay County team on the road.
Yes.
And, I mean, it shows it.
Yeah.
But
and listen, and Clay County is a hard place to play. Listen, they provide a tough environment to play in down there. So that's huge for Corbin. Huge win for Corbin, because Clay County is a team that's going to be a serious threat this season as well. So I agree with you 100% there, Ryan. That's a big win for Corbin.
Yeah, I mean, and then I'm gonna look at the one right underneath them, and it is the district team as well in South Florida. I mean, South Florida is not an easy place to play and everything as well. With the new turf and everything like that, So it's just like turf is a little bit more difficult to play on than grass is.
Yeah.
And
right.
Any athlete can tell you it's very difficult when you're playing baseball and softball on it. You can take a bounce and it can hit way over top of your head.
Right.
So
right. It's unpredictable, right?
Oh yeah, and you don't see a lot of teams go to that eventually, but it's working itself around the region. But I think
absolutely
it's just
definitely heading that way.
Yep. Edwards Hill asking where Mark is at, and I can't respond and everything like that. But
yeah, sorry about that, guys. Mark's dealing with some health issues and little under the weather, so he's having a little bit of time with that. So we appreciate your patience with that, and I just appreciate your patience with us this evening. Just ran into a few little hiccups here, but we're doing the best we can. Appreciate everybody that's watching.
Let's try it, Hills. Mark said that she has accepted it. Let's go in here and try this again, Hill.
All right.
Well, let's try to. Technology is not being the friend today. Everything can go wrong. Will go wrong at some point or another.
I understand, man.
Yeah, there it is. I got it to send to her.
All right, good.
There we go. As we wait for her to go ahead and join us and everything like that, we won't release none of the softball top 10 until after we talk to our guests and everything like that. But I'll go ahead and we'll thank everybody here. Let's see. Just like to thank, if I can get it, it went away. I just want to thank Bryant Family Medicine just for everything they do for us here at the All Sports Media, and it's what you do to allowing us to go out and promote all these athletes and everything like that. Now, I may be doing these out of order like Mark does, but I'm at least going to try to get them all in. And that's another thank you little graphic that one of them had made. But
yes, yeah, can't do it without a corporate sponsor. So we thank you.
Yeah, everybody. I'm not going to show none of the other graphics yet, top 10 or anything, until after we do the interview. And as we speak, here is the person of the hour. Sorry for the little hiccup there. I thought I had you at the friend request, and I did not. Oh we had her, and then something happened. But anyway, she'll be back in a minute there. But I guess I'll give her an introduction again. But while we wait on Rachel to come back, and I'll hold my thought there just a minute there.
Sure.
Rachel, can you hear us?
Yeah.
I thought it was me that did something. Yeah, but I thought I had you the friend request. I guess I did not.
Okay.
But I just want to thank you for coming on, Dale. Just trying to talk about your season so far and how it went so far for your team.
It's been good. We definitely realized as we keep going what kind of team we are, and that we are better than what we've shown, and that we can do good things. So yeah.
And we got a little graphic here, little accomplishment last week here. If I can get to pull up. Talk about the what happened on Thursday night there against Jackson County.
Well, we lost, but that's okay.
The 1,000 strikeouts.
Yeah, I did get 1,000 strikeouts, so that's great. When you work hard and that just shows off, so it's good to see.
So, Rachel, let me ask you this, and congratulations on that. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
And there's a nice graphic that Edward has made for you. That will be
yes, it
shareable
is.
after the show.
Yes.
Go ahead, Larry.
Oh, that's all right, man. Rachel, how you doing this evening?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing good, thank you, thank
That's
you.
great.
So a thousand strikeouts, man. That's an incredible accomplishment. Tell us a little bit about the work that goes into to reach a milestone like that.
It's just, you gotta be consistent. You can't just go to the gym one day and then think you're gonna be, okay. You gotta go multiple days a week. You gotta throw, you gotta do, change up. You gotta do the stuff you don't want to do. And
Mm-hmm.
then it'll pay off for you. So,
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, let me ask you this one too, if you don't mind. All right. So down there in Pineville, that is one of the, and I mean this in the absolute best ways, one of the most intense uh, places to go to cover sports. I've got to cover basketball, football there, and the fan base you guys have are insane, and I mean that in as the
yeah.
utmost compliment. So tell me what it's like to get to grow up and to play in an environment like that.
Well, it's a very small school. I mean, when I was younger, my other sister played sports, and those people are now supporting us, and it's like a family. You go around
Mm-hmm.
school and you're like, we have a game today, and everybody comes, everybody wants to see each other win, and we all just love each other, and you can feel the support, like even on
Yes.
like other teams. We all just try. Even as kids, we always are like, you got a game today, we'll go to it. Like it's great.
Yeah. To be a school that size, I mean, it's honestly, it's like being in a college environment. I
Yeah.
mean, it really is. It's amazing just how that whole town it just gravitates towards you guys and towards the school and the things going to school. So I mean, it's one of my favorite places to visit, and I love what you guys do down there. So tell me about your season so far, and kind of the ups and downs, and kind of what your goals are going forward, and how you feel how you feel about as we get on into district and things like that, and working towards a district hopeful district championship.
We've had some ups and downs. I mean, we lost to Jackson County in 9 innings, and that was
Mm-hmm.
not a good feeling. But you gotta put it behind you. We play Lean Camp Tuesday, I think, and you just gotta look towards the district, and you just
Mm-hmm.
gotta put your mind to that, not what's behind you. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Good
So
answer. I see we got Edward here.
hey,
A little later than never.
That's all right, buddy.
yeah.
Got any questions for Rachel here?
Well, I got all kinds of questions, but I ain't sure what all y'all have asked. But
This only we've talked about the season so far and this environment
1,000
of
strikeouts.
1,000 strikeouts.
And just the awesomely crazy environment that Pineville provides for their student athletes.
so there was a little article put out, and I don't know if you've seen it yet, but you're a little under like 900 and some odd strikeouts from being able to break the all-time strikeout record. So, what's your thoughts knowing that that's very possible for you to do right now?
I try not to look at like, oh, I need to get this many strikeouts this game. I just try to look at like, if I have 2 strikeouts and we win, it's a good game. If I have 20 strikeouts and we win, that's a good game. It's just going in there trying to win, and if it comes, it comes. It's just like that. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, you do average double-digit strikeouts per game, so
Yeah.
I mean, it's about hard. It's about hard for anybody to get any type of hits off from you. So I mean,
Yes.
Yeah.
but I heard a little bit about y'all talking about the All A and stuff like that. But previous to that, the schedule that you have played so far, how is that going to help you going into district play?
Well, the first part of our season, we played some really good teams. We played South Clay, and Millsboro is always a big one for us. And going into district, you always want to play better teams and then just going because Lean Camp and like Knox and Barville, they're all pretty good teams. You don't want to just go in playing like trash teams. And when you have a good district like we do, you want to go in playing hard competition so you're ready for it.
Yeah, iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, they ain't shied away from the competition, that's for sure. And, you know, I kind of know a little bit about your coach down there, but you know what has he done to kind of help you out there?
You know, I think me personally, he's more than a coach. I know I can call him right now if I need something, he'll come. I mean, he was my basketball coach in 5th and 6th grade. He's part of my family. He coaches our boys basketball team. He coaches my cousin, Sawyer Thompson. You know, he's always around. And I know he's always there for us no matter what. So it's just his motivation, really. You know, it makes you be better.
Yeah.
I agree. I do.
Yeah. Kind of going along with that, Rachel, let me tell us a little bit about, like, as a team, like the kind of the family environment that you guys kind of have, like that sisterhood, and how that helps you all along as especially when the games get tough and things like that, and just how that provides and helps towards your all success.
You know, I think what is special about our team, even though we're a small school, we see each other every day. You know, we just don't see each other at softball practice. I mean, I'll go see my friends down the dollar store. I'll see them in the hallway. You know, I'll see them anywhere. So, you know, we're like a family. Like, I sit with half of them at lunch, and, you know, I play other sports with them, and just being there, and we really know each other. So we know, like on the field, we know we need to motivate each other and make each other better. And, you know, if you miss the ball, it's okay because, you know, we're there for each other. So just try to always be there for each other. So, yeah.
It's great stuff, man. Edward, I didn't mean to cut you off, buddy. Sorry about that.
No, you're completely fine. I mean, you have questions, feel free to chime in there. But, you know, I don't know if anybody said this yet or not, but, you know, the 1,000 strikeouts, how phenomenal that is, and you just being a sophomore, if I'm not mistaken. Am I correct on that?
Yeah.
So, see, she's got 2 more years to go with that, fellas.
But that's insane. That's insane. Congratulations on that. That's
Thank you.
something to be proud of.
I know when me and Edward Hill covered y'all down in against Barville, I don't think I could hit any of your pitches. I would have probably looked very silly trying to at least try to attempt to hit it.
Yeah, I think you get one. I think you get one.
It may be one. I may get lucky and maybe it may be an infield hit or something, but I don't hitting into outfield. Forget it.
All you need is hope. That's all you need. You got hope.
Hoping for her to, hoping for that pitch for her to allow you to hit it. If she ain't gonna want you to hit it, you ain't hitting it. Sorry.
No, I think you got it.
But you know, I do got a few questions that I do love asking. Man, then I'll let Ryan ask, but I'll ask just this one. Okay. You know, throughout this season, I know, like me as a player, I always had a game that I had highlighted. I was looking forward to playing in the most. Did you have a game, or your team have a game that you had highlighted that was the game you was looking forward to playing in the most?
Honestly, me personally, I don't know if this is for the rest of my team because we're all different. I just go into every game like it's the same, you know, a district championship. I mean, I just look at it the same because for me, if I look at it like, oh, I'm in the district championship or I'm in all A and I try and freak myself out about it, that's when, you know, you don't do too good because you're overthinking it. I just try to go in, just, you know, hope and just do it. Try not to think about it too much and just like base off what I know I can do. So, I mean,
that's a great mentality right there. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, that's way different than what I would be. Let's talk about, I mean, you got a little, what you would call a little brutal stretch coming in. We got Lynn Camp, you got McCreary Central, you got Knox, you got Holland County, and then you got Clay County. I mean, that's a 5-game stretch. How does that 5-game stretch prepare you for the rest of the season?
I think it's always great to play hard competition. I mean, in basketball or even in practice, you always want to play or go up against the best players because you want to set yourself with the better people. You don't want to lower yourself down to people that you're better than. You always want to play up and challenge yourself. And I think we're really challenging ourselves as a team right now to see what we can do and have a good mindset. So I think it's great that we're playing harder competition right now.
Edward or Larry, you got anything for Rachel before we let her go this evening? So you got to think Carl probably score tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if Larry you got anything else before I go ahead with my couple?
No, you go right ahead, buddy. I'm good.
All right. So before I go into these other couple questions, there is a graph that I typically make for each student athlete that comes on our show. And Mark always tells me he likes them, but I can't always believe what Mark tells me. So I kind of want to get your thoughts on it, and you can tell me what you think about it.
I think it's awesome. It looks great. It's really good. I love it.
Well, I appreciate that, and that will be released after the show, and I can send it to you personally also, and
Okay.
that way it's yours to do whatever you want to with. But my last few questions, that way you can start worrying about going back to the school part. Is through the times that you've played, what has been your most favorite game that you have played in?
My most favorite game. Oh, it's probably I've had a lot. Probably win the district. Probably win the district because we haven't won the district forever, and we haven't got past the first round forever. And it's always great when you win something. So definitely last year in the district championship at Knox Central. So that would be my favorite.
I would have to say that was kind of a little bit of a rainy day, if I'm not mistaken. It
was delayed. I think it got delayed a little bit.
I believe so. And my next question is, who has been your favorite person to play against?
My favorite person to play against. I love playing against the people I play on my travel team with because I love seeing them. Because we're all really good friends, and I just love seeing them and getting to talk to them after. So I like Corbin or North. I've never played North, but I just love seeing them. So yeah, I like them.
I can see that. So correct me if I'm wrong here, but your friends off the field and on the field, you just want to beat them.
I always want to win, but I think that's anybody. I think everybody wants to win. Ain't nobody like a loser. So yeah.
Well, Rachel, I do appreciate you for coming on, and I'm looking forward to getting down to get Coverians a couple more times this season, and looking to see where you land at the end of this year on your total strikeouts.
I have a question. Do you remember when you interviewed me and I was in 8th grade? I told you I'd get 1,000 before I was a junior. I remember that.
I do remember that.
I told you
I
that.
do remember that. Well, I believe you'll get 2,000 by the time you're a senior, if not more.
Maybe. I don't know about that one now. Let's hope.
I can see it. I mean, you average double digits. All you got to do is get 13 strikeouts a game, and that's an easy number for you.
Yeah, 25 not even be out of the question.
Oh yeah, I think when I was in 7th grade, I had the most. I think we played Knox. I had 24. I think, and I was in 7th grade.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
24 strikeouts. That's just everybody that walks up. She's just saying, "Go have a seat."
Hey, we lost that game though, but it's okay. It's okay.
Well, 24 strikeouts. Lord have mercy.
Knox was good though. Knox was really good. They got to the 2nd round. Knox is still good though, but they were really good that year. So.
Well, I could tell you in 7th grade, I barely knew how to find my classroom. So That's quite an accomplishment.
It was that COVID year. We got to stay home a lot. So I did, though. We got to stay home. Got to rest that day and have to get up so early.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. That's why.
But
Well,
you did hear it here
got
first.
anything else before we let-
You did hear it here first. She will at least get 2,000, if not more.
If not more.
Maybe. We'll have to see.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Got to call that shot, man.
Well, listen, you called it to me when I talked to you in
Well,
8th grade. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, Rachel, I do appreciate you. It's always a pleasure each time I get to interview you and talk to you. And sky's the limit for you. And all honesty, I can easily see you breaking 2,000, if not more. Because the way that you stay just laser focused out there on, I don't know if you call it the mound or the pitcher circle, but the way you just stay so focused, and it's just a whole nother level with you when you're out there pitching.
Thank you so much. That means a lot.
Larry, Ryan.
I'm good, Rachel. We appreciate your
wonderful
time.
season.
Thank you so much.
And, good luck, y'all.
Thank you. Thank you for covering our games, too. It means a lot.
Well, I appreciate it. And I'll definitely be coming to see you again here real soon.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye. I mean, what can you say, fellas? It's a great interview.
Yeah.
And you can't just say one of the best pitchers in the region. You have to go above that and say state. I mean,
absolutely.
She's right there with everybody. If not, a step above, just to be a sophomore.
Yeah, just a sophomore, and it's just and even like with the answers, how she just the short answers, man. I mean, it's pretty amazing. And 1,000 strikeouts as a sophomore, it's insane. It's insane.
If I'm not mistaken, I think her final total when she got that 1,000 at the end of that game, it was actually 1,013 total strikeouts.
Wow.
I think the leading is like 1,961. So she's still got 2 years remaining. And I think when I calculated all that up, I think it was like 13 and a half strikeouts per game. And that was based on 26 games per season for the next 2 seasons. Her remaining 18 games this season, and that's without district or any type of region play.
Yeah. I mean, I'm being serious. Yeah, I mean, I would not be shocked if she hit 25.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't either because you look at it. I mean, every game. She's getting double-digit strikeouts per game. I mean, when you're putting up them kind of strikeouts and everything, I mean, it makes it easier down the road to get that many.
It's beast mode, man.
If you count at least 3 postseason games, let's just say 3 for the next 3 seasons, that's an extra 6 games right there. So I mean, that can add to her total for this year and for the amount of strikeouts.
Mm-hmm.
And
yes.
between you, both of y'all, I'm going out on a limb that I don't think anybody at the end may break that record. That when she breaks it, I don't think nobody's going to come close to breaking it in the region.
Yeah, that's one I could see standing for a very, very long time. I agree, Ryan.
I agree. To be like the record, that Daniel Thomas in football broke. It stood for many years. So I can see because this one right here has been standing since 2018. I mean, that's not that long of a time when you think about it. But you look back at the one before it hit. I think it took somebody 10 years just to get a little bit above that one. So, as she gets 2,000 plus, it might be 50 years from now when somebody eventually gets close to breaking that. Because 2,000 strikeouts, that's a tremendous amount of numbers to get.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I agree.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I mean,
okay. Yeah, and we'll go into. I've got the top 10. I didn't have the baseball one up. I don't know. It's not on the thingy here, so we'll have this. I listed them off and everything like that. But have you seen the top 10 rankings, Edward? Uh, he got the cough there too.
No, I haven't.
But I'll
Ugh.
run down through these again for you. Me and Lowry's already kind of talked about them, but I'll go down through and let you try to give your opinion on them and everything like that. Uh, at one is gonna be Corbin. Number two is South Florida. Number three is gonna be Clay County. Number four is Whitley County. Number five is Holland's Independent. Number six is North Central. Number seven is Holland County. Number eight is Barberville. Number nine is Bell County. And number 10 is North Florida. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, to me, I think that list is pretty spot on. There's a few of them that I could see, maybe, flipping spots with, but other than that, I think it's pretty spot on because Corbin being the number one spot, that's deservingly so because they did defeat the defending state champs. So I mean, until you can beat the big dog stays in that spot. Is the way I look at it. And then
Absolutely.
Jumping down to I think you said the 9 spot is Bell County. I've actually got to watch them
Yes.
twice this season, and they've only got one senior, if I'm not mistaken. The rest of them is more or less underclassmen, freshmen, and sophomores. So, for the next couple seasons, that team is going to be making a lot of noise coming up. I mean, they're already making noise compared to where they was last year to this year. But other than that, I think that list is pretty spot on.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what me and Lowry talked about before about Corbin and everything. About they defeated what you said, the defending state champs. I mean you deserve number one when you beat the state champions or whatever. But we'll hop to the softball one. We didn't want to release it beforehand until we actually had our guest on. And I'll get the thing to pull up here. And I'll try to see this the best I can here. But number one is South Law. Number two is North Law. Number three is Corbin. Number four is Jackson County. Number five is Pineville. Number six is Lincoln. Number seven is Holland City or Independent. Number eight is Whitley County. Number nine is Clay County. And number 10 is Millsboro. Edward Lowry, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, my thoughts on that is, you got South at 1, and deservingly so because they are, beating everybody that they come in contact with. And like on the baseball rankings, if you want to be the man, you have to beat the man. Or in this case, it should be if you want to be the woman, you have to beat the woman.
Yeah.
But you have quite a few teams that are getting ready to be doing some head-to-head clashes here since district play is starting to come in. So I'm looking forward to how next week's going to play out because you got a lot of teams that's going to be colliding against each other, and it wouldn't shock me one bit if Harlan does not move up that ranking on up a little bit higher because they are a very solid and very stellar team to watch. Because I've actually got to watch them play a couple times this season, and they're well rounded. They've got the pitching, the hitting, the defense. I mean, the coaching's there. I mean, everything that you need to have a phenomenal team is there, and they don't make that many errors from what I've got to cover on them few games. So I can see that team moving up very quickly.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I'm interested. I'm interested to see how this is going to shake out between Lincoln and Pineville as we go along. Listen, it's a tough district. It's a tough district, and those two, that's going to be a battle. I think all the way down to the end. Could go back and forth. I'm doing a finger thing nobody can see, but go back and forth to and see who's going to come out on top of that 51st district. Man, it's a tough district to play, and you got two very good teams right there that I think that's going to provide a very entertaining battle as we continue to progress through this season.
Yeah, my thing is you look at because you go to Pineville and Link Camp Hill, but another one that's gonna be playing tomorrow night, weather depending because they're giving rain. But it's number 4 Jackson County hosts number 7 Holland Independent. That's at Jackson
Big game.
County. So I'm looking forward to how that one goes. I mean, I don't think anybody looked at the All A in the offseason and thought, who would you think would have been in the All A championship game? I don't think nobody would have said Jackson County or Holland Independent. I don't think anybody
That's why you got to
would
play
have
the
thought
games.
that at all. Oh, yes.
Right. That's why you got to play the games, man, because you just never know. You never know how a season's going to turn out. And that's what makes it interesting because you'll see teams come out. I guess you could say just come out of nowhere and these teams rise, man. And the way these kids are training now and practicing like they do and just the dedication that they put into their craft. And it's fun. It's fun. This is the parody of it is what makes it fun. And there's just so much talent, man. There's just so much talent down here in this region, and it all across the board. You look at every school, and you see talent, and it's exciting to see teams like that. You know, that come up and surprise everybody, and kind of catches you out of nowhere, and says, "Well, we need to start paying attention to these guys because they're doing something, they're building something there."
I mean, you look at everybody in the region. They're going, and when they play out of the region, they're going out and competing with teams top notch out of the state or out in another region. I mean, they're playing and they're competing very good. I mean, this is not run war big blowout games. I mean, you're looking at, for example, 2-1, 3-2 in that vicinity ballpark type games instead of like 15-0 or 10-0 or so on and so on like that.
Absolutely.
I agree, and piggybacking off the Jackson County. I've got to see them firsthand, and that's a team that doesn't get a whole lot of love, which they deserve. As much recognition as physically possible, because they have another phenomenal pitcher that's up there, and by the name of Candace Williams, and she's right there on the verge also of breaking the 1,000 strikeouts. And very few people gets hits off her, because I've watched her play firsthand over these last couple seasons, and she's another great pitcher that a lot of people you don't hear them talking about, but deservingly she needs to be talked about as amongst all the rest.
Absolutely.
And talking
How
about
impressive is the pitching?
The pitching is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Because, the list goes down. You can go each team and name off a pitcher. Like, on the Wednesday show, I had McDonald from Barville, come on my show, and she's a double-digit strikeout pitcher every game also, because we watched that firsthand, Ryan. And, each team you talk about, they have a phenomenal pitcher that is right there. They really just might not have. They might not have the their batting lineups figured out. How to be able to stay consistent or something like that. But pitching is always there.
Yep, absolutely.
And I'm gonna go off this. I think maybe back about 4 or 5 years ago, it was maybe 1 or 2 teams that had a great pitcher. Now you're looking at our top 10 rankings here, for example. Every one of them has great, solid pitchers. I mean, and I think this is what this region needs. It needs the good pitching along with your good hitters as well, because you have to still score runs. But I think that's what the region and the state needs, is a whole lot more good pitching so you can have better ball games instead of having 3-inning ball games every night.
It's the backbone. It's the backbone of your team.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you have to have a good pitcher, because if you don't have a good pitcher, then you don't want to win. You can't win many ball games.
I agree, 100%. And, talking about Harlan, we watched them play, a solid Knott County Central team that they come out with a big victory over. And then, if I'm not mistaken, that we watched them play a very, very solid LaRue County And the only thing I can really say about LaRue County is your defense can be great, but your defense can't stop their offense when they just hit the long ball. I mean, that's literally all that they done in the game that we watched. Their first three batters that got up knocked it over the fence right out the gate. Next game they done the same thing. So I mean, when you're getting 5-6 home runs per game like they was doing up there at Somerset, there's no defense for that. I mean, what can you do? Take the fence down and say no more home runs.
Right. And I was there, Edward. I was there for that Harlan Knox Central game, and they did. I mean, they looked good that night, and especially down in the clutch. You got down to that seventh inning, and it really did. It looked like Knox Central was going to kind of start a little comeback there, because Harlan had that really hot fifth inning and really kind of blew the cap off the thing, and then you got on into the sixth inning, and Knox Central started to climb back, started to claw their way back into it. But then that pitching started cranking in, man, there in that sixth and seventh inning. And impressive stuff. It really was.
I mean, I have to agree. I mean,
but I guess if we don't have anything else tonight, because we just Rachel was the only guest tonight. But Edward, got any final thoughts before we close out tonight?
Well, I'm just really looking forward to actually getting back into the swing of things, and hopefully all this little nasty weather we've had will move away so we can actually get back out to covering a few games that's actually going to be able to get played because of the no bad weather. But, other than that, I loved having Rachel on. I love covering her all the time because she's probably one of the most humblest kids that you can go out there and watch. No matter if she hits 50 strikeouts in one game, it's still, her team is the one that done all the work. And, that's just showing how humble that young lady is. And, I'm just looking forward to what next week holds for us.
Lowy?
Just to piggyback off what Edward just saying that there, I hopefully want to see this weather break, man, because it looks like we got a really good week of baseball and softball coming up this week. Some really good games. I only got to cover one game last week, and that was Monday because of the weather. So hopefully that weather breaks a little bit, and we get to see some base, because now we're getting into the meat of the season, and just buckle up, folks, is all I can say, because there's a lot of good baseball and softball coming over the next few weeks.
Yeah, and I totally agree. And I'm going to leave you with a quote, and then I'll have to switch back to my messenger to get Mark's quote for the end of it or whatever. But the game of baseball isn't over until it's over. Yogi Barrett. And then give me just 1 second. I'm trying to do two things at one time here. I want to thank everybody for watching tonight. Minus the little hiccups that we had with Mark and his being a little under the weather. And it looks like he actually did leave me a quote, and I'll go ahead and read his. He says, I want to leave you with this. I never lose, neither win or learn. Nelson Mandela, I guess is how you say her name. From all of us at the Bryant Family Medicine, All Sports Media, may you have a God bless and have a wonderful night.